Good morning, everyone. This is another beautiful day, and then I would like to talk about depression. I hope we are all doing well. So, depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness or loss of interest. That is depression. And you underline the word persistent. It is persistent because sometimes as an individual you may feel sad due to maybe circumstances around, or what you or maybe a news you just heard or what else. So sometimes you might feel sad, or you might even lost interest in some things because of what just happened. But when it becomes persistent, so persistent is the word. So in depression, it is persistent. That is a mood disorder, which is a persistent loss of interest or feeling of sadness. So the person is constantly sad, constantly feeling not interested in whatever he or she has been interested in before. And then there are some specific signs and symptoms. There are some specific symptoms of depression that if anyone is going through this, then you should speak out. Number one, we have decreased hygiene. Okay, like an individual that is such very much interested in keeping the environment clean, doing things to make sure that the environment is healthy, suddenly does not even care whether he or she bathes in the morning, can be there like that for days, or does not even care whether the plate is clean, all of that. Everywhere is dirty, and then people that comes around are wondering what's going on. So it presents sometimes as a decrease in hygiene. And then it could also, number two, there could be an increased or decreased sleep. So the person can decide to be sleeping and sleeping, continue to sleep, and people are wondering what's going on. Did you take drugs? And then, or like sedative? And there's nothing like that. The individual just feel like, oh, let me continue to sleep. Maybe this could be a solution to the problem. And then it could also be as a result of insomnia. The individual is not even able to sleep, wanting to sleep, but sleep is not coming. So that could also be another symptoms. Another one, there could be increase or decrease appetite. That's the person can want to compensate for this issue, this loss of interest and sad feeling of sadness, by eating and eating everything. Person continues to eat it just to maybe she can derive joy in doing that. And sometimes it could be like no more food, person does not even feel like eating anything. And then the fourth, number four, is that there is irritability. The any slight thing can trigger off anger in the individual. Just feel like, oh, what's going on? Any small thing, the person can just slap the other party. Just feeling of irritability, is not comfortable with people, could start making them it could also make people to be anxious. The individual now is very anxious, highly anxious, so any small thing will just trigger off the attack. And then there is also lack of focus. There's lack of focus. The person cannot concentrate on what the person does normally, what the person could even take maybe a few minutes to quickly do and then move on to the next thing. But now the individual lacks focus, cannot even concentrate to do any activity. Then it could also result in substance abuse. Depression can also result in substance abuse. And then another symptom is that the individual may just be preoccupied with victimization, or preoccupied with death. Like, oh, maybe you see someone that is just saying, oh, when I'm no longer here, you guys will miss me. Another thing is the individual is just preoccupied with victimization. What will happen if this happen? The person is just thinking on, just preoccupied with victimization, and then feeling like, oh, maybe he or she might die any moment from now. That's another symptoms. And then another one is the person might just feel like there's low energy decreased energy, no interest, all those. So those are some of the symptoms of depression. So if you know that you're experiencing any of this, there are some specific treatments for this. So sometimes we could advise the individual, speak with a doctor. Once you see that you're experiencing any of this, speak with a doctor. First, speak with you can speak with someone that you trust, not just anybody, because some people can even contribute to the problem. So you speak with a doctor, speak with a trusted person that can even take you out to see a psychotherapist, or it could be a psychologist, anybody. It could be a psychiatrist. So this there are different ways of treating it. There is psychotherapy, and then medication. We have social work, and then also we can advise the individual to engage in exercise and diet, engage in hobbies that gives you joy, just to make you happy, and gradually you see that the person comes out of this particular mood disorder. And then if you've been working for some time and you're already feeling irritated, take leave, go on vacation, and when you come back you are refreshed. So please take note that there are times that people might feel sad, or there are times that you might lose interest in some things. Does not necessarily mean you are depressed. But when it becomes persistent and then you can no longer even control it, you don't have control over it, or sometimes at the height of it, some people might even feel like, oh, the world is no longer worth living, the life is no longer worth living, and then they want to take their lives. So that's the height of it. But you don't allow it to get to this stage before you seek medical attention. Psychotherapy is good, but you must ensure you speak with your physician, who will guide you on how best to manage the particular type of depression. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye.